Hey everyone, it's Alex and Gio from Raddtitan.
Yo, yo, yo.
You over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. All right, so we're here today and we are looking at the Royal Selangor Thanos. This piece went up on Sideshow Collectibles not too long ago, and while I was at the Singapore Toy Game Comic Con, I managed to pick up one for Gio there, so he saved himself some shipping and some tax.
Winning.
But I had to carry around an 8-kilo box for the rest of the convention, which was awesome. And
So you know you went into XM's little back room and put it in there. You didn't.
And it filled up.
Second
And it filled up my case on the way home.
Yeah, I can't complain.
All right. Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll do the usual. We'll let you know what we think, measure it, and yeah, give it the breakdown. So keep watching, guys.
Yo, 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 welcome back. Like Alex was saying, today we're going to be unboxing. This pretty simple, get this out and we'll have a little run through it. Now this piece actually, like Alex was saying earlier, is this recently went up on Sideshow. I don't think this comes out until maybe the end of the year or maybe the start of next year. But we've got an early preview thanks to Alex picking up from the con directly. Let's grab it out of the box. So the company itself actually makes a lot of like standard pewter sort of things, like
well, they make a lot of pewter figurines. They do actually,
but they also make like classic pewter stuff. Is like
give me a chance.
What are they called?
Well, they make tankards.
That's it.
So they, but they actually they've been around for I think like over 130 years. I think the owner was telling me, and
it says 1946 on this thing, but that's probably something else.
Oh really? Oh, does it?
It says it on the,
does
the bag.
But he said it was 5th generation, so it's 3rd generation.
Well, hopefully none of them died young, because that's the only way that could be. But, it says on the thing 1946, but I don't think that's actually the kind. I think you're right. I've heard of this company. You know, I think this is quite an established company making this stuff. So maybe you're right. 5th generation would.
Rambling here, but
yeah, that's how it goes.
Right. No. So yeah, the company basically they do make other pewter things, so they make the sort of standard stuff, so the kind of tankards and the figurines, but they do also have the DC license, so they've got a lot of Batman, a lot of the villains there as well, and they also have the Star Wars, which they've got quite a lot of pieces of, and they have the Marvel license. They have just gone into collaboration with XM Studios, so they do have the Iron Man Classic, and they also have the Batman Samurai, which they're doing, and they're also in talks to extend that line along the way.
They're doing it in 1/6 scale as well.
They're in 1/6 scale.
Please a lot of people. Yeah. I'm going to dedicate this review to my boy F State. He's a big fan of this sort of stuff. He has a huge collection of pewter things. And
also, I found out today, that the actual the office that's based in Kuala Lumpur is one of the top 5 attractions on TripAdvisor.
Oh, what, like the actual company, to go see the company?
Yeah, you can actually go to the company. There's a lady on there, Grace Moments or something like that. I stumbled across it. I watched her video, and she went into the actual place, and she actually was making like a tankard. It's
amazing. I mean, it's actually, the thing is, what a lot of people may not know about this, the price point is actually pretty high for the size and the scale that it is. The edition size is only 999 in the world, which is pretty decent. But there is a lot of breakages, a lot of waste, and also a lot of shrinkage when they make these. So they have to, you know, in cost, it costs a lot.
Not breakages, but shrinkage.
No, I didn't say breakages. I said, no, because when things come out and they're shrunk, they have to destroy it. They can't use a lot of it.
Yeah.
If it comes out and it's shrunk and there's problems with it, it's not easily fixable, is it?
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's handmade as well. So, I mean, if they if there are shrinkages and errors, they do
try and
have the people on site and manually correct it, yeah.
But if not, you're losing up pretty much the whole piece, right? If it's not salvageable, which is expensive. But let's get out and see what's what. It's heavy, I tell you.
And then also trying to carry it with those string bags, you know.
Yeah, poor you.
No, you have to take the sheath off.
Yeah, the sheath. Take the sheath.
Take the knife out of the sheath.
The sheath off there. Okay. Let's have a see. There you go. So you get this nice box here. Nice, classy sort of box, which actually fits the piece perfectly, to be honest. Not
quite similar to the kind of Star Wars boxes.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
maybe that's where they kind of carried on that design from.
I think it's quite nice. Let's have see what it looks like inside. Yeah, there comes the weight, the nice parts. Suction.
Like your mama.
You know, she doesn't appreciate all this sort of beauty.
She doesn't watch our videos. Come on. But you better not watch our videos.
Go on.
So you got like a little brochure kind of thing here, which basically just says home to Captain America's Marvel, home to Captain America, Spider-Man, and more, blah blah blah. So it's got about the branding there. Then you have about this is probably what we should have taken out before we were rambling at the beginning. So this has actually been around since 1885.
Yeah, so maybe it was just the bag was printed in 1946.
So yeah, the bag is quite misleading here. So the intrepid young pewtersmith named Yong Kun sailed from the southern Chinese port of Shantiao to the tin-rich Malay Peninsula to seek his fortune. I'm not going to read the rest.
That was actually pretty good. That started.
Today, his enterprise is Royal Selangor, which continues his passion into the...
It's nice to know that somebody can actually write like a grown-up as opposed to maybe the Bounties of Bathos and all that crap that was written by a 5-year-old.
You're not meant to bitch on it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, it's good writing. It had me interested from the start, which is a start. But there you see like all the stuff that they make, see?
Yeah, like
you got your little ladles and your teapot and stuff like that. It's just cool, man. It's proper cool. I'm really excited to see some of this stuff coming out. I mean, I get pictures from F-State all the time of his collection. It's pretty nice stuff. The Star Wars stuff, Millennium Falcon, all that's amazing. Nice boxing as well, actually. Look, you got pretty cool foam. Really nice. Put together there. So that's cool. Let me just open this up a little bit.
And then you got the certificate of authenticity. So this is the Marvel and the Royal Selangor.
What number do I have? 217?
You have 217 of
yeah, well, that's funny because it says it on the box as well there. See that?
You've got this nice kind of like...
It's got like a stick on the front, have you noticed?
So looking at this actually reminds me of American Psycho with the business cards, where he's got like a kind of like...
Eggshell. Right, so there's the bottom of it. So that's the base there. And then you basically pull this little bit of... bits and pieces out. This whole front comes off. I'll do it this way because it's easier. I'm just get it out of the box. But I'll take it from the top. You just got to be quite. Better off to have a little wiggle. So it comes out, and then you're basically left with the whole piece that comes in all one piece like that. It's wrapped up, and we'll get it out of here. See what's what. It's heavy.
I know.
What are you doing? Where are you going? There you go.
Is there actually a silver version, or is it not?
I've seen one of the Gauntlet where it's not gold, but I don't know.
I think that might have just been the constant, the original.
Let's move it to the front. Yeah. And here he is in all his glory. And I should really show that at the bottom you do have a nice. It's almost like a coin that's under there. It might actually be part of this. It feels like it's the same sort of stuff, nice cold metal sort of. It might be pure itself actually. 217 of 999. You've got the Marvel sort of print there, and then you've got the Royal Selangor label.
Selangor.
So then you get into there. Okay.
So yeah, so the base of these are made of resin.
Yeah.
And then the actual figurines are made of pewter. I have to say straight away, because I did get to see a lot of these at the convention. I did see. Actually, I'd lie. I did see this at the convention, but
we all know you're lying.
One of the things is a lot of the smaller pieces, the shrinkage is a lot more apparent, and on this Thanos, I don't think you can see the shrinkage on it anywhere. I mean, his fingers look great, all over his body. Some of the, I guess with Spider-Man he can be a bit gangly, but some of the Iron Man pieces, I think that they looked a bit, some of the arms and limbs looked a bit too slim on the smaller scale pieces.
I don't know. I mean, mate, that's the benefit of being there. Having seen, this is the first one I've ever seen. I think it's perfect. I mean, we'll start at the base and work our way down. It looks like the wreckage of maybe a ship or some kind. There's like skulls all around the base.
Yeah, I was going to say there's like heads.
There's skulls all in the sort of bits and pieces, but there's some sort of mechanical situation going through the centre there. There's bits and pieces, pipes and like hatches and things. So it looks like a little like hatch under there. It's got almost, like there's like a mask in that as well. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, but it's almost...
There's a couple of them actually around there that looks like some, maybe, do you know what they are? They're his thingies. So you've got like human skulls, and then you've got his his Centauri. That's what they look like. See the front of the masks?
Yeah.
They're the Centauri, the ones from the movie that he comes in. The first one's in Avengers, the first Avengers.
Okay.
That's exactly what it looks like. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's Centauri. Nice. So it's like the battlefield of that, which is great. I really think that the proportions, getting onto the figure, the proportions are fantastic. Obviously, I've read Thanos since I was a child. And
Since I introduced you to Thanos.
yeah. And I've become sort of a connoisseur, so to speak, in all my years. And I think that they've got the proportions, the thickness of him, just perfect. Very, I wouldn't say Bowen-esque, but very comic accurate for sure. This was sculpted by Mafuzil Mokhtar, who's an absolute legend, really great guy, and a very talented man. And I think he absolutely nailed this. What I really love about it, getting on to sort of the figure part itself, is the contrast between the sort of the suit, the boots, and then the fabric.
Well, also then, and the base.
Well, no, I think that says a mood about the piece. I think the black base just makes that figure just jump out and stand out even more. But I really like the contrast in the sort of smooth metal, and then get into this high textured sort of suit where it's darker. And you've got all that sort of, you can almost feel the fabric on there, it looks like fabric, and it's really well done. Really, really nice. I agree with you, the hands and the proportions look fantastic.
Yeah. Well, as I say, from some of the other pieces I did see, I got to see pretty much the whole line while I was there. And I think that the bigger scale stuff, the Samurai, Batman Samurai, and the classic Iron Man, and this piece, I guess as well, it's a bit of a biasness because of the kind of things that we collect.
Yeah.
But I just found that those pieces looked the kind of like the higher end of the pieces that
yeah, I got you. Yeah, it makes sense.
It just looked like they delivered better.
Yeah.
On this as well, I'm quite surprised it is all one piece.
Yeah, it is all one piece, yeah.
As a statue collector, you kind of expect it to be pegged, and you kind of like put it into the base.
Yeah.
And wouldn't be anything wrong with that.
Especially like maybe the gauntlet, the gold gauntlet. You'd think maybe they'd have that separate and just like clip it on the top, But
I think someone told me that there was actually a switch out gauntlet, and you took it off and it changed for the silver one and the gold one. That's what.
Did I tell you that?
You told me that one time. Yeah, I remember. But
you should listen to me. I don't know what the hell's going on.
But as I say, looking at the, as George was saying, with the contrasts of the boots, then the heavy texturing of this suit, and then you've got the lining all breaking it up. I think it's done really, really well. Both the gauntlets look great. The gold one is more like kind of like a plated.
Oh, that's what it is though. It's 24 karat plate gold.
Yeah, I guess there's some elements around the underside that could be a touch neater, but this is just again clutching at straws and just picking things out.
It's got a funny thing with the gold though. It is. It's not like.
It's like matte.
Yeah, it's matte type of gold. It's not. I would have expected it to be a bit more of a sort of silky finish, but it's not. Which actually, it works. It does. It makes it stand out even more because I think that the gauntlet being white and the boots being like the silver parts are very shiny.
What I learned today is actually that the pewter, when it's casted, comes out as a kind of yellowy colour.
Oh, really?
So I'm quite surprised they didn't just leave it like that for the gauntlet, and then actually, obviously because this is a premium brand, they went for the gold plating.
Yeah, sure.
So what actually happens is it comes out with a yellow tint, and then you sand it down to get rid of that tint.
Oh, nice. That's quite interesting.
Again,
I have to say that...
thanks to Grace's moments for that information.
I have to say that I think that the proportions of the character are really, really good. There are a lot of, people get it fair. He's quite difficult really to get because he's got such sort of alien proportion.
Yeah.
He's very thick set kind of guy, and they got that perfect. The sculpting on the shoulders, the back, the triceps, serratus and obliques down the sides there. They all stand out. They're all done really well from... Mafuzil did a cracking job. But one of the highlights for me personally is this portrait. I think the portrait is one of the best, likenesses for a Thanos piece. And the reason why I say that is because it doesn't have the benefits of the paints and the highlights. It doesn't have any of that. So the portrait has to be it's pure sculpt. It has to be perfect. Otherwise, because you've got no distinguishing real features that jump out at you. And I think that the way the chin's done, the face, the way that underneath, because he has quite high cheeks that run down, and Mafuzil's managed to nail that. you know, the helmet and everything else. It's just really,
Do you think
well
the pose
done.
though blocks his face too much?
I do a little bit, yeah. I think that it's quite an agonising, you know, sort of pose, which I kind of like, because the whole thing with Thanos is the internal struggles really with anything else. And I think, you know, it's always like after trying to please someone comic book wise.
Yeah.
And I think that being up like that, I think if you pose it the right, it's quite hard though, because I think you're going to have to, like the way I'm looking at it, it's going to have to be like that.
Well, I'm just saying,
So head on like that.
You either get the face or the gauntlet. You can't have the face and the gauntlet.
No, yeah,
in the proper way.
Not really. There is probably ideal. The way I'm looking at it there.
Well,
You can get the gauntlet, you
or,
can see the gauntlet, but it is definitely, you wouldn't want this low. That's another thing. You don't want this piece low, because looking down, that gauntlet blocks the face and there's no way of escaping that.
Yeah.
So you need it sort of eye level or up high really. Which limits you a little bit, you know. But most statues and figures and things like that have ideal spaces, you know. That's how it works. But really impressed with it, man, and I really think, you know, I'm excited to see this company collaborate with some bits and pieces, and now they're distributing through Sideshow as well their stuff. So hopefully we'll see some other stuff coming out of there.
Well, they are, but I'm not sure they're going to be distributing their stuff.
No, but it won't be XM. But there's other stuff that's coming on, so it doesn't all have to be. You know, they do a lot of other stuff. Hopefully, their Star Wars stuff as well is really nice. So you know, want to see this get into collectors' hands.
They also have like very, very sort of high-end, high-priced things where they actually have like the Iron Man, which is
huge,
life size.
Yeah, huge.
And
one.
it's like 27 grand.
I'm not surprised though.
But they sell them. People buy them. They also have the life-size Han Solo in carbonite. I didn't get the price on that one. They also have. There is a limited edition related with Comic Cave, which is a Captain America, and I think that was an edition size of 50.
The one with shields up near.
Yeah, I think you saw it.
I have seen it. Yeah, it's really nice.
Simply Toys.
Simply Toys. Yeah, it was a centerpiece in there. It was very nice.
Yeah,
it was very, very nice. Indeed.
So do you want to measure it? Or?
Yeah, we can measure it. Yeah. So
is this 1/6 or is this smaller? Do you think?
This ain't 1/6.
No.
This is 1/8. I believe it's labelled as 1/8 anyway. It's not 1/6. So I believe. Looking at it, it's probably about 10 inches or so. Yeah, you're well wrong. It's about 11.5 inches to the top of the gauntlet, which is about 29 centimetres. If you are going to display it from this point of view, your width is going to be sort of around about 10 inches, 25 centimetres easy. And then your depth, again, what's that, probably about there, isn't it? So yeah, again, it's around about sort of 8 inches, 20 centimetres. So nothing excessive. Go on a D-Thoth, go on any shelf. I mean, for me, I think this is the sort of piece that could go onto a mantelpiece or go onto, you know, windowsill. It doesn't need...
I was going to say, it doesn't need the same kind of care as a statue. I mean, the same kind of considerations. I mean,
definitely.
You wouldn't really need to worry about the dust getting on this because you can polish it off.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really know about the sun for the base, but because it's black, you should be okay. But the sun on the figure won't be an issue.
Yeah.
I did say to the guy, I can't remember what I said about moving it, and I said I don't want to drop it, and he goes, "Oh, you won't break it by dropping it."
Amazing.
I'm worried about dropping on my foot.
Yeah, you're worried about your foot, worried about my bones, bitch, not the. Yeah. I mean, listen, I think if this is something, if this is a particular taste that you sort of like, you know, there's something a little bit classy about this piece, which, you know, brought me to it. But if this is a sort of look that you're sort of looking at and you like, I don't think you can go wrong. I mean, some of the Star Wars stuff is amazing, and I think this really translates really well.
I'm Your Father diorama is really nice.
Yeah.
Actually, if you go back on YouTube and if you check out, I actually did a booth tour. So if you check out all their pieces on there, I did do the booth tour.
Yeah, check them because there's some good stuff.
Definitely look at that.
But yeah, thanks for joining us and let us know what you think. Is it something that you're after? Have you done that pre-order with Sideshow? I actually spoke to somebody about that, and you remember we were talking about the mistake with the edition size.
I was going to bring it up actually. So what happened was his Sideshow.
I don't know if that's true.
No,
my mate ordered it. My mate ordered it day one as soon as it went live, and he said it was always that price, and that edition size was always $999.
Okay.
So I heard the rumours apparently that they put the 2000 edition size and it was up at $999. I heard that. But
someone told me that.
But he told me he bought it as soon as it was live, and he says that was the price straight away.
Yeah, someone said Sideshow listed it as $999
dollars,
and then 2000 edition size.
Yeah,
and then it's now changed to $700
Yeah.
and 999 edition size.
It's a really classy
that's what
piece,
someone
man.
was
It's
saying,
a
but
really,
okay.
it's a really classy
all
piece.
hearsay.
I would hearsay, chat. It's good stuff, man. So let us know if you like it. Let us know if it's the sort of thing you're after. You know, it's a beautiful piece. So anyone that's got this on pre-order, you're going to be very happy with it. The scale is a little bit different to what we're used to, but it's definitely something you can fit in around your house that will look fantastic. So congratulations who's got that on pre-order. And check out also, get onto, if you're one of our people, you know, you're one of the family, like, comment, subscribe and share. And if you're liking some of the threads you see us wearing today, jump onto Redbubble and check out Raddtitan merchandise.
Ooh,
and it helps,
shameless
it
plug.
helps support the channel because we get about a few quid per t-shirt, and it just goes into better sound, better lights, more stuff like that. So, you know, want to see you all out there. Send pictures. If you do buy any shirts or anything, send pictures to our Facebook page. We want to share them everywhere. So Definitely. Mad love. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.